good early Monday morning, Emmanuel. God's blessings to you and your home church as we celebrate His and ours every single day. We're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 17 this week. And this, of course, is the week that we begin the season of Lent, and so we'll be talking a little bit about that as well. Listen to this first verse. And after 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John, his brother, and they led him up on a high mountain by themselves. Isn't that interesting? But I think in order to get the context, we need to think about what happened 6 days beforehand. And Jesus had, 6 days before, had a public opinion poll. He asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" And there were various answers. And then, as you remember, Peter said, "Well, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus affirmed that confession and sort of maybe even thanked Peter for that. And then not just probably an hour later, Jesus is telling them that it's the Father's will that he be betrayed, that he would suffer, and that he would die, and then he would rise on the third day. And then Peter jumps in and says, "Oh, God forbid this would ever happen to you, Lord." And Jesus rebukes him and says, essentially, "Satan, get away from me, for you do not know the will of God, but you just want the will of man." And just sort of a great indication of how Peter had his highs and his lows, just like all of us. And so I wonder in this first verse if it's important for us to just remember that God leads us on our own mountains and valleys every day, and that he has a plan for us. And our responsibility is to follow and to obey and to confess our faith as well as we can through our words and through our actions. So may God be with you as we begin this special week together. Amen.